So photos can be one of our most prized possessions. It can be so thrilling to, look back on pictures of your family over time, kids growing up. And the way that photos used to be is we would get them printed out, we'd get them framed, but now photos more and more are just appearing on people's phones in the cloud. And oftentimes, I think photos are forgotten about when we think about estate planning. And so that is something that I encourage you not to think about. We don't want all of those precious memories to disappear if you are no longer here. And so it's important to have a plan for your photos. So oftentimes they are stored somewhere in the cloud, and it's important that other family members have passwords to those cloud accounts so that they could get into those accounts in the event you're no longer here. Google also has a way to put a beneficiary on your Google account. And how this works is you can give someone access to part of your Google account, not all of it. So if you want to give someone access to your photos, but not your Gmail, you can do that. You can give them access to your Google Drive and Google Photos, but not your Gmail. So you can set up a beneficiary designation for your Google account. And what it'll ask you is it'll say, how long does your Google account have to be inactive before the beneficiary gets these photos? And you don't log in for 60 days, 90 days, something like that. And then they will receive a message to their inbox that they're a beneficiary and they can access your account, the part that you've given them. And so you can give different beneficiaries different amounts of access to your Google account. So this is something to consider when it comes to photos. But beyond photos, there are a lot of online sites that people have access to that in the event you were to pass away, you wouldn't want that access to end. So if that's the case, it's important to think about, one, what are those sites? And second of all, have a way to give the passwords to your family members to those sites. And I wanted to remind, sometimes you can create multiple users on the account. Sometimes you can share the password through an online password storage. Sometimes you're writing down the password. If you are just sharing the password with them, not creating an additional user, it's important to think about if you have like a two-factor authentication on it. Are they going to be able to get into your cell phone to get that two-factor authentication? Or maybe you have like an authenticator app like Authy or Microsoft Authenticator. And so, if you have that two-factor authentication going on, they may get locked out of your account if they have the password, but they're not able to authenticate. So thank you so much for listening today. If you want to learn more about wills, trusts, or probate, hit the subscribe button so that you can be notified as we post more videos to our channel.